Howdy folks, my name is Lanso90 and welcome to our tutorial series for Valheim. And I've played quite a bit of Valheim on the channel already during my streams. We've been doing a big multiplayer game on a dedicated server with a bunch of my friends. But I felt it was time to start up a solo game for us, and it's also going to be a bit of a tutorial walkthrough thing. So, without further ado, let's just get into it here. So the first episode is just going to be character creation and world creation. You can see I already have a couple characters here. Sworn, who's basically at the end of the game. It's with one of my friend groups. Then Lance, who I'm using in our big dedicated server group. But instead, we are going to make a new character for our tutorial series here. Really, I should probably make a character that's female, just so I can differentiate them from the other characters. Go a few levels in here. I think I already have a male character with the long hair. Maybe the long ponytail? I don't think you can do a beard on the female. A hair tone. Oh no. Let's go kind of reddish. And we'll just name this after our persona here. Samantha. There she goes. Let's go ahead and press start. Alright, so now we have a few options of how we can start the game here. We can do start game, and if we have any worlds already created, personally created, they'll be in here. So I have John Cenaville. This is just a map I was running around on trying to find bees from my other game because we didn't have any bees on our server for some reason. And then you can also go online and try to find friend servers, which is just going to look through your friends list to see if anyone has a server up. Or you can click on community servers and that'll show you all the servers in the game. Obviously, lots of them just have passwords. So I think every game that's created, whether it's multiplayer or not, is actually its own server, which is a little weird. Anyway, we will start a new world here. So we'll click on new. Enter a name. We will call this YouTube guide. How about that? And so, seed. This is the first thing that's going to be slightly important because I've done a seed that is just numbers before. And I've also been on a seed that's just letters, just lowercase letters. And both worlds were incredibly boring. It could have just been random chance. It is only a sample size of 2. But I think that it's actually pretty important that you have a mix of capital letters, lowercase letters, and numbers. And so the pre-generated one's probably going to be fine. But if you want to get even more random, what I would recommend is going to random.org/strings. Let me open my window capture here. So there you go, random.org/strings. And this will allow you to select uppercase letters, lowercase letters. This will generate 10 random strings. Each string is 10 letters long. That's how many are in here. And we'll just get strings. Here, a bunch of random strings for us. Let's see if Control-C works. Let's see. Which one looks pretty randomized to me? This one seems pretty random. So I'm just going to right-click and copy it. Maybe do a Control-C there. And Control-V it into the game. It did, in fact, work. I was able to Control-V that into that slot there. If you're used to just copying with right-click and pasting with right-click, it's Control-C to copy selected text and Control-V to paste selected text. Just a little tip there that can help you with anything you want, really. So there's our YouTube guide world. Let's see. And we can just press get started here. I don't think we have to select start server. Just jump right in. We'll just get through like this loading scene and the starting lore and stuff in this video, and then in the next video we'll start with the gameplay basics. This series might turn into a bit of a let's play walkthrough as we get out of tutorial stuff, because we're gonna have to start doing a lot of stuff just in bulk, which is not really suited for a tutorial format, so keep that in mind. I will pause for this extremely long loading sequence, though. Alright, here we are. Long ago, the All-Father Odin united the worlds. He threw down his foes and cast them into the 10th world, then split the boughs that held their prison to the world tree and left it drift unchained, unanchored, a place of exile. For centuries, this world slumbered uneasily, but it did not die. As glacial ages passed, kingdoms rose and fell out of sight of the gods. When Odin heard his enemies were growing once again in strength, he looked to Midgard to send his Valkyries to scour the fields for the greatest of their warriors. Dead to the world, they would be reborn again in Valheim. roll credits. That's the game. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, no, I'm joking. Obviously, I'm joking. But here's our biblically correct Valkyrie, basically. Not your woman riding a horse. Woman riding a Pegasus, I guess. No, instead it's more like a harpy from Greek lore, huh? Looks like we're starting in rain. I think you can start out of rain, but every time I've started recently, I've been in rain, which is kind of a pain because that comes with some penalties for being wet in the game. Looks like we might be landing fairly quickly here. Sometimes you get carried for like a really long distance, and it's like, come on, game, get on with it. I would just like to play. Alright, send me. Alright, here we are. So, we do have a little tutorial bird here. So, a lot of the stuff I'm going to talk about is what's the same stuff that he's going to talk about. I am Hugin, here to guide you in your travels. The regoliths surrounding you are the sacrificial stones. They represent the Forsaken, which you must slay in order to ascend to Valhalla. Get him out of here. He's going to explain this. These magical stones were scattered throughout the lands by Odin as signposts pointing towards the ritual grounds of the Forsaken. If inspected closer, this one will reveal the summoning place of Eikthyr, your first play. He's a mighty beast, so you need to properly arm yourself before even attempting to defeat him. We're going to find out as we play that Eikthyr is nothing compared to the other bosses. So we'll just press E on that stone, and that'll show us where Eikthyr is on the map. You can also see the area that it got explored as you rode in on the Valkyrie. And it looks like we've got some black forest here, some mountains here, and into the meadows here. And those will come in handy later. And this is where we will pause our first tutorial video here. So this stone circle here, this was where we're going to take all the trophies from the bosses as we kill them. Eikthyr goes here, and then they are just in order here. Each boss, and you can kind of get an idea of what each boss is by looking at it. So, a lot of fun, and you get a special ability every time you kill one of these bosses. You can gain a special ability from them. So, this is a good place to build a teleporter, too. We're going to talk about that later. But building a teleporter nearby this so you can come here and grab any of the abilities you want is going to be pretty useful. So, you might not want to build a base too far away from this either, but that's all up to you. But that's where we'll leave this tutorial video. A very short video for my channel, but wanted to keep this one a little bit concise. As we get in further in, we're probably going to have longer and longer videos. So, until next time, I hope you all enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to hit the like button. Keep the conversation going in the comments. If you have any special questions about Valheim or anything else, just leave them in the comments below. It's very appreciated. YouTube puts a strong emphasis on viewer engagement now these days, which is all the things I just listed. So, other than that, I hope you all enjoyed, and have a good day.